Karen broke into my garage without permission, didn't know it was a police evidence locker. My name is Marcus Ellison. For 23 years, I worked with the Bureau mostly as a crime scene analyst and chain of custody supervisor. I retired last year, traded in late-night raids for morning coffee, and moved into a quiet corner of Edgewood Oaks. Or so I thought. I still do contract work. Just because I'm off the payroll doesn't mean I'm off the mission. I help local departments manage sensitive evidence before trial, especially when they don't have the secure facilities for it. That's what the steel-reinforced garage behind my house is, for temperature-controlled, under biometric lock, and registered with the county, unmarked for discretion. I made the mistake of thinking discretion meant safety. Karen LaSalle was the kind of woman who walks like she owns the sidewalk. She called herself chairwoman of the Edgewood Standards Board, though no such board had ever been chartered or elected. She'd handed out fake citations to neighbors for cracked paint, overgrown bushes, and unsanctioned vehicle types. The week I moved in, she left a flyer in my mailbox titled "Welcome Guidelines and Expected Aesthetic Norms." I tossed it. That was apparently an act of war. It started small. Passive-aggressive notes on my porch garage paint not aligned with HOA palette. Unidentified black utility box may be a safety risk. Prolonged garage closure hours indicate unauthorized use. I ignored them. Then, she started filming. She'd walk by slowly each morning, phone in hand, pretending to check her watch as she scanned the exterior of my house. I didn't care until one Thursday night. I came home and found the side access door to my garage unlocked. That door was always secured. I rechecked the pad. Broken. Inside. 3 plastic bins were overturned. Their lids snapped. Yellow evidence tags, once sealed with chain of custody barcodes, were scattered across the cement like leaves in wind. And the kicker, Karen had left a note, taped to the freezer unit, that held encrypted hard drives and narcotic samples from a pending case. Unauthorized equipment use under review. Fine $300. Edgewood Standards. Bored, I froze. Not from fear, from fury. Because what she'd done wasn't just trespassing. She'd committed felony-level evidence tampering. I called my old precinct. Within 2 hours, 2 squad cars and a plainclothes investigator were parked out front. I handed over footage from a motion sensor camera inside the garage. It showed her forcing the lock, digging through bins, lifting sealed containers and shaking them like Christmas gifts. The next morning, they arrested her in front of her begonias. Her shrieking echoed through the whole block. "You can't do this. I'm the enforcement officer." "Karen," the officer said flatly, "you tampered with controlled evidence? You're lucky we're not in cuffs already." The fallout was biblical. The DA issued a formal statement. Karen was charged with criminal trespass, tampering with police evidence, impersonating a municipal officer, obstruction of justice. Bail was denied because, get this, some of the evidence she disturbed was tied to a pending trafficking case. The media descended. Fake HOA Karen breaks into police evidence. Garage triggers countywide scandal. Public opinion flipped instantly. Neighbors who once smiled politely now posted TikToks roasting her. The so-called Edgewood Standards Board dissolved within days. People started spray painting their fences rainbow colors in rebellion. One guy turned his lawn into a goat pen, just out of spite. But the worst part, some of the evidence she damaged couldn't be salvaged. That means one of the suspects in that case might walk, because Karen thought she was sniffing out non-standard storage. I'll never forget that. At the sentencing, I testified, not as a victim, but as a reminder. I said justice doesn't care how shiny your clipboard is. It cares about the truth, about process, about people respecting boundaries, legal and literal. She stared at me like she still didn't understand. 6 months later, she's still in jail, and I still live here. We've rebuilt since then. The town council banned any future formation of unregistered neighborhood groups. A real committee was formed, elected, balanced, cooperative. I helped design the security clause. We added a line: any enforcement or regulation authority must be verifiable, registered, and accountable. Karen made sure of that. The garage is back to normal, secure, silent, unassuming, but I added a new camera, one that watches the street, just in case someone else forgets that rules aren't made by the loudest person in the room, but by the ones who understand what's truly at stake. Because when justice is your job, even in retirement, you don't let anyone break into it. Not even someone with a clipboard and a fake badge. The end.